The entire country of Cuba woke up was it 4 days ago to all of their bank accounts empty. Everyone in the entire country woke up with no money.
So how does that happen?
Y'all, we gotta talk, we gotta talk, we gotta talk because yet again they are playing in your faces. Have y'all heard about this? Cubans wake up to find their bank accounts have been empty. Socialism. Fantastic slogans, a terrifying reality. The banking system has collapsed in Cuba. Bank accounts have been emptied and no cash at ATMs. It goes on to read, the financial banking system in Cuba has completely collapsed. Cubans woke to learn their bank accounts have been empty. There is no cash at ATMs. The entire financial system in Cuba has completely collapsed. For some reason, this monumental story.
Okay, so the stage is set for the collapse of the dollar. Okay, so you know what's coming next. All right. This is the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 9, verse 5, and it reads, it says, for like as all that is made in the world have a beginning and an end, and the end is manifest. All right, Shalom. Before I get started with this lesson, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shai Bahasham, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who taught me this truth. Double salutations to all you Akim out there laboring in the house of David, the elect, that's pushing his word with all truth, righteousness, and sincerity. Shalom to you brothers and shalom to the elect. I'm back with another quick lesson through the Holy Spirit, the Rakakwadash, and I pray that this lesson is informative and also edifying, okay? So as we see here, man, very critical moves are being made, all right? And I say that because, you know, pretty much the so-called American public is being bombarded with distractions, all right? You got assassinations. You got this whole rap beef bullshit, Diddy, you know, beating up, what's her name, Cassie, whatever her name is. You know, you got just a lot of things that are happening right now because, you know, as we understand according to the prophecies, you know, Esau understands that his time is short. Okay, so they have to press the issue on the pushing of this M0TB. All right, as we see, Elon Musk has already had he's already gotten approved his second patient to give them the Neuralink implant. Okay, so pretty much as the prophecy is concerned, you know, the M0TB is pretty much mainstream, man. So we understand they got to get rid of the cash. Okay, so apparently they ran out of money in Cuba. All right, Cubans woke up to empty bank accounts, and this is all future scenarios that's going to happen to Babylon, man. All right, so before I get into the rest of these these articles here real fast. Okay, I thought this was interesting. This hit the news. It says, just in, Klaus Schwab abruptly resigns as WEF chairman. All right, so this is like the head guy, the head puppet, so to speak. All right, concerning the WEF. You know, this devil was telling you were going to eat bugs. You would own nothing and be happy. You know, to prepare for a more angrier world. You know, the Great Reset. You know, all these things that he was pretty much bringing out on these platforms. So now all of a sudden he resigns. So this is how you know, once again, something is happening. Okay? These things are not happening for no reason. All right? It's getting ready to go down, whatever it may be. You know, that Black Swan event, whatever the case is. All right? Whatever they're going to do to get rid of this current money system. All right? So I'm just going to read a little bit here and then we'll get to this next video. All right. So it says, Klaus Schwab, the founder of and longtime chairman of the World Economic Forum, WEF, abruptly resigned on Tuesday, right? Abruptly resigned on Tuesday, asking the Swift government to accept his stepping down. So what's happening? What's about to happen? Right? This is the head guy. It says a transition will see Schwab take on a non-executive role with the global powerhouse he founded in 1971. And has grown into a 500 million non-governmental advocacy organization supported by more than 1,000 corporations worldwide. The controversial think tank is best known for his annual meeting in Davos, where critics accuse Schwab and his colleagues of conspiring to circumvent the authority of elected officials and steer global economic policies to suit their own agenda. And that's exactly what it is. All right. He's all a part. He's all in the midst of it, man. All right. And we're not going to read the rest of this article, but just knowing this is happening right here. All right. They're planning on something big. This is why I said critical things are happening right now, man. You see that? So anyway, let's get into this real quick. All right. Let me grab a scripture. Proverbs chapter 22 and verse 3. And it reads, this is Proverbs 2 verse 3. It says, a prudent man foreseeth the evil and hideth himself, right? So we foresee the evil. All right. We understand that, look, they're about to crash this economy, man. They're about to get rid of the dollar. All right. They have to press the issue concerning the CHIP. Okay. It says, Proverbs 22 and 3, it says, a prudent man foreseeth the evil and hideth himself, but the simple pass on and are punished, right? Because many of our people are going to be caught unawares when these type of scenarios, happen in America soon. All right. When your bank account is emptied. All right. When there's no more ATMs, when cash is pretty much obsolete, when it's non-usable. All right. But by then it's going to be too late. So a prudent man foreseeth the evil. We're watching this thing happen. Esau has to speed this thing up. Okay. They got to push the CHIP. Right.
Fed and MIT. They have already claimed to have created the code for the U.S. digital dollar. It's called Project Hamilton. It's out in the open. The name is significant as Hamilton was the first to advocate for a central bank. Make no mistake, the digital dollar is all about centralization and control. That's why they say in these projects, we can't use blockchain because we need to be able to see. It's the opposite of what digital currencies like Bitcoin were created for. Keep in mind, Biden's executive order a couple of weeks ago asked the Fed to solve the digital dollar puzzle. But the Fed has already announced they've solved it. You can go to their website and even collaborate on code writing. The entire 35-page white paper is published online. So, what did they come up with? It's exactly what we feared it would be. Blockchain makes Bitcoin a juggernaut in privacy and decentralization, but the new digital dollar doesn't use blockchain. The Hamilton system, controlled by the Fed, verifies all transactions. There would be a record of everything you spend your money on. Okay. There'd be no privacy. Okay. And the Fed is your banker. There would also be no auditing of what the Fed does with the money. They could generate $10 trillion and give it to Hunter Biden and no one would ever know. Well, there would be a rush on hookers and cocaine, so we might figure that one out. Financial experts are already screaming that this will be the end of the banking system. If you've already tried to decouple from the large banks and gone to local small banks and credit unions, the digital dollar will destroy them. Now, with that said, also the big banks. But who cares? Because the big banks just have fancy names like Bank of America. They're all owned by the Fed. It's one group.
You see? So this thing is here, man. Okay? The digital dollar will be the end of the banking system as we know it, all right? Cuba banking system just crashed. The entire country of Cuba. Okay? This thing is happening quick, all right? The end of the dollar, the establishment of the M0TB, the CHIP is here, all right? Ezekiel 7 in verse 17, it says, all hands shall be feeble and all knees shall be weak as water, all right? When this system crashes out, man, it's going to be terrible. It says they shall also gird themselves with sackcloth and horror shall cover them, And shame shall be upon all faces, and baldness upon their heads. Right, when there's no longer a use for physical cash. Okay? It says they shall cast their silver in the streets, and their gold shall be removed. It says their silver and their gold shall not be able to deliver them in the day of the wrath of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. They shall not satisfy their souls, neither fill their bowels, because it is the stumbling block of their iniquity. Right. So everybody that trusts in the bag and trusts in the banks, the banking system, and the economy, you are about to lose, man. All right. Your only stability at that time is going to be Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. This is what we've been warning you about. Okay, look how fast this thing is happening, man. All right, America's next. Okay, just wait on it. In due time, these things are going to hit the shores of Babylon, man. All nations are on board with this with these digital currencies, man. The digital dollar. All the nations. What does it say? 98%. Okay, everybody's ready to roll this thing out. All right, so here it comes. Okay, let's grab this too. Right. Proverbs 11:4. And it reads, it says, riches profit not in the day of wrath, but righteousness delivereth from death. Exactly, man. Riches are going to be non-existent in that time. All right. But righteousness delivereth from death. All right. You know Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. Ultimately, you being part of the elect to be covered in these times, man. That's the only solution. Knowledge. What does it say? Isaiah 33:6. Isaiah 33:6, and wisdom and knowledge shall be thy stability of thy times. All right. When this shit hit the fan, the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding is what's going to keep you stable in the times of great distress. Okay. It says, in strength of salvation, the fear of the Lord, Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, is his treasure. So it ultimately goes back to the fear of the Lord, man. The fear of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai is his treasure. And those that fear the Lord are going to be the ones that are going to be protected in these evil times. Okay, because I remember, I want to play this video real quick. I remember this video here. All right, this is from 12 years ago. All right, I remember this so-called presidential candidate, Ron Paul. He had made mention about when they crash the economy, they have something called economic martial law. All right, so your bank accounts, all your assets, your stocks, all right, everything that you got tied up in the stock market, those are all the first things that are going to disappear. All right, once this current economic system crashes. All right, so I want to play this because this is 12 years ago, but all these things are getting ready to happen now. Spiritual. Okay, Ron Paul warns Americans of coming global economic collapse / martial law.
It's impossible to predict the time when confidence will be lost, but it can come quickly. Resorting to buying other paper currencies will not be of much help. When the dollar crashes, most likely the purchasing power of all currencies, since all currencies hold dollars as a reserve, will go down as well. This means that dollars and other currencies will go into buying consumer items, precious metals, and other physical properties. Consumer prices will soar, as well as interest rates. The central bank will lose control, and the more they inflate, the worse the confidence becomes. The interest rates will respond to these efforts by rising sharply. If the Fed tries to reverse the run on the dollar, interest rates will also soar, and the pain on the American citizens will be of such proportion that political chaos will result. Either scenario leads to political and social chaos, the third event, and the most dangerous. With no ability of the federal government to fund its commitments, international or domestic, major changes will occur in our system. The social unrest will elicit cries for government to exert unusual force to head off a complete breakdown of law and order. The ultimate trap will be set for a system of government claiming to protect a free society. If more power and police authority are not given to the federal government, it will be argued that only anarchy will result. If more government policing power is given, it will mean a lethal threat to civil liberties. Already, we have permitted the notion that a single person, the Attorney General or the President, can decide who is an enemy combatant, thus denying that individual the right of habeas corpus, permitting indefinite detentions without charges made. This attitude towards civil liberties has changed significantly since the fear built around 9/11. Yes, I know, declaring one an enemy combatant is reserved only for the radical Muslims engaged in terrorism against the United States. To be reassured by this reasoning is quite dangerous and naive. Logic should not lead us to equate suspects with terrorists and include American citizens, and yet this has already been set by precedent. Under difficult circumstances, our political leaders will not be hesitant to use these powers to maintain order. Tragically, the people may even demand it.
Yeah, so when things go haywire, you know, people are going to demand order. They're going to demand that the government steps in to bring forth order, all right? And you're talking about times where you can no longer use money, cash, all right? People pretty much, losing their minds, shit hitting the fan, all right? So these things are already being set in order. The laws, the decrees to detain you, to imprisonment, deeming you a radical, extremist, terrorist, all of that, man. All these things are happening right now, okay? So we are close to seeing this economy on its way out, man. Martial law being established, okay? The total breakdown of this American society.
We are rapidly moving toward a dangerous time in our history. Society as we know it is vulnerable to political and social unrest. This impending crisis comes as a consequence of our flawed foreign and domestic economic policies, a silly notion about money, ignorance about central banking, and ignoring the onerous power and mischief of out-of-control intelligence agencies. Our unsustainable welfare state and a willingness to sacrifice privacy and civil liberties in an attempt to achieve safety and security from an inept government. Dangerous times indeed. What can be done about it? Must we wait for the inevitable and expect to restore our liberties in a street fight against the overwhelming power of the state? Not a good option. The only way that we can prevent blood from running in the streets is to offer a better idea of the proper role of government in a society that desires first and foremost liberty. And that is impossible without a firm commitment by our thought leaders to the ideas of freedom, the source of all creative energy and prosperity. An all-powerful state is the threat to that ideal.
Right. So, you can watch the rest on your own. So, yeah, he goes in on this subject matter, man. But the point is that we see it, as we read earlier in Proverbs 22, a prudent man foreseeth the evil and hideth himself, man. But the simple pass on and are punished. All right. So, at the end of the day, hey, you were told the truth. You were told the truth by the prophets of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, man. And that's why these other camps that have been denying the prophecy of the M0TB, the CHIP, all right, like I said, you're in a world of hurt, okay, because we understand what's going to happen next. This thing is clear as day. The Lord is making it clear, all right? The stage is being set for the current collapse of the economic system here in America, man, So I just want to put that out there. Like I said, a lot of things are happening, all right? Klaus Schwab abruptly resigns, all these different distractions, all right? So critical moves are being made, man. All right, so we're going to continue to watch. And I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bahasham, Yahushai, Bahasham Rakakwadash, and Shalom.